we're going to talk about solving an inequality. It's very much like solving an equation. Now remember, the only difference between an equation and an inequality is this sign here in the middle. This is a greater than sign. But we're going to actually just ignore it for a minute. So we'll draw kind of a line down the middle, just like we did when we were solving equations. And we're just going to pretend that that's an equal sign for now. So on this side, we have y minus 4, and we want to get y all by itself. This is just a one-step equation. So in order to get rid of the 4, we want to add 4. If I do something to one side, I have to do it to the other, so I'm going to add 4 to the other side. And I end up with y on that side and 8 on this side. Now, I'm going to have to bring my sign down and be very careful that I bring exactly the same sign down. I know that this is going to be a closed circle, so I'm going to choose this closed circle right here because of the equal sign right there underneath our less than sign, we know it's closed. Okay, so we're going to put the closed circle at 8. Now, we need to decide whether we're going to shade to the right or to the left. Now, sometimes you might have been told to shade the direction that the arrow is pointing, but that's not always true. So I want you to take a point to test. So I'm going to pick a point on my line. And it really doesn't matter what point you pick. I can pick 0. It's pretty easy. So I'll put 0 right here. And I want to test it to see if it works. So I'm going to say 8 is greater than or equal to 0. Now, is that true? Is 8 greater than 0? Well, no, it's not. I mean, yes, it is. 8 is greater than 0. That's true. So that means that 8 is a solution to my equation. And when something is a solution, we shade it in. So I can shade in 0. No, I could shade the point 0. Let's try another one. What about 3? 8 is greater than or equal to 3. That is also true. So I could shade in 3. Let's try another one. Let's try negative 8. 8 is greater than or equal to negative 8. That's also true. So I could shade in negative 8. Do you see what's happening here is that all these dots on this side of our original dot here are solutions. Now let's say I picked one on the other side over here. So say like 10. 8 is greater than or equal to 10. Is that true? Well, no, that's not true. That's false. So I can definitely say that 10 is not a solution, and I can cross it off. Now, I know that when I start shading, all of the answers are going to be on one side or the other. But since I've already decided that 3 of the answers are right here on this side, I can assume that all my other answers are going to be on that side as well. So I can shade that way. But I know it's not on this side, so I don't want to shade where that is. Now, I did a lot of test points here just to kind of show you, what it looks like. But you only have to pick one. And if it's true, you'll shade that, because that's a solution. If it's not true, you'll put an X on your number line and shade the other way. And the X is to remind you, don't shade here, because this one is not a solution. Okay, so let's try another one. Negative 3 plus t is greater than or equal to negative 7. So we want to add 3 to both sides because we want to get rid of that negative 3 there. T is greater than negative 7 plus 3 is a negative 4. Okay, I'm going to have a open circle at negative 4 because I don't have an equal sign, it's just greater than. And then I'm going to pick a test point. So I'm going to pick 0 again because, 0 is just easy. Well, if I could get a pen here. That was kidding. 0. Okay, so stick my 0 in here for t. 0 is greater than -4. Is that true? And yes, it is true. So since that is true, I'm going to shade on this side where the 0 is, and I'm done. All right, why don't you try this one and see how that goes, and then you can unpause the video and I'll do it with you. Okay, so draw my line again. I have +5 this time, so I want to do the opposite, which is -5. All right, W is less than 12 minus 7. I'm sorry, 12 minus 5 is 7. And I am going to have an open circle at 7. And I'm going to pick my 0 point again, just to test. 0 is less than 7. And it looks like that is true. 0 is less than 7. Oh, we've been doing good with 0 coming out as true. And so I'm going to shade that direction. And that is it. That's how you solve a one-step equation with, or inequality with adding. My